share its meaning is not governed by the efforts of others. We go into space because whatever mankind must undertake, free men must fully share. This decade is out of landing a man on the moon and returning him safely to the earth. It will not be one man going to the moon. It will be an entire nation.
Evening for me, so I'm gonna say evening. Glad to have you all here. I am this is the first time streaming in quite some time, I think, at least. I've done some other streams, but they've been like somewhat exclusive to my Patreon / Discord people, because I've been doing things there. So welcome everybody. Welcome to all of my friends here. We have Junkie, Kevin, Ryu, SS4, David, Florabama, Homestead. Welcome, friends. Super glad you're here. I am a little nervous. I mean, honestly, I'm a little nervous because I haven't streamed in so long that I had like a moment just a second ago. I was like, oh crap, I forgot how to stream. It's one thing to do a YouTube video, but it's another thing to be in front of a live audience. Martin says, I'm making a second mead, enjoying the experience. Thank you so much. Hello, Larry. Hello, Jared. Man, I am super glad to see you guys. Shout out from South Dakota. Woo! Shout out from South Dakota. I love that. Good morning from India. Hey, we got India here. Man. So, I've got kind of a fun thing. I want to chat with you guys. That's pretty much the whole purpose of this entire evening, is to chat with you and kind of see what's going on in your world. But more specifically, sorry, I'm trying to adjust my audio, bring it up a little bit. More specifically, I really want to taste a mead that I have had, well, since we made it at 10,000 subscribers. I have I called it the Oki, really, it's meant to be the Oki Bochet, because of having OK Bochet. This is the 10K sub mead. So, I've already cracked this one open. I'll go and spoil for you. I went over to my brother's house, and we were just grilling and hanging out, and, I wanted to open up something that they might like, and so I found and brought this guy. So, I'm going to be drinking on it and celebrating 30,000 subscribers. I said that I would open this at 30,000, and we're at almost 31,000, which is crazy. So, opened it last night. Ooh, I must have stirred it up some. We got some representation. We got OKC representing Oklahoma, Texas, Puerto Rico. Ooh, Ohio. Man, it's interesting. I love that. Cheers to you guys. this is just a regular orange blossom bochet, but I aged it on, I can't remember what kind of oak, and the aged for like a couple months maybe, and then we bottled it. And I said 30K. Here we are now. Cheers to 30,000 subscribers. Kentucky, Tennessee, Washington, man. Hello from the Philippines. Love this. So I want to know. I want to know, what are you making in your brew house? I love to get to ask this because, kind of at the end of the day, I find your brews just as inspiring as anything I could ever think of. You guys are an inspiration to me. So what do you have going on in your brew house? Also, if you hear gurgling, I started, it's been a big mead / brewing day for me. I started a Belgian triple. I've never done one before. And I moved over a bunch of meads. I kegged some apple cinnamon mead. I finished 3 videos. I just got a lot of stuff happening. Just bottled a margarita mead this morning. That sounds great. Blueberry cinnamon mead. Ooh, I love blueberry cinnamon. Coffee mel. Plebeian piment. Well, that's fun. What else we got going on? I think there must have been a little bit of lees in this because I got it stirred up some. I'm getting a little bit of that, the bottom of it. Also, I guess it was 2 nights ago. Unfortunately, I think this, because I'd opened it 2 nights ago, and when we were pouring, I might have got a little oxygen in, so it's got a little oxidization, which is a bummer, but Simply Mead in Kiju. I don't know how you say that. Mango jalapeno mead. That sounds fantastic. Traditional meads. Nice. Hibiscus blueberry mango habanero. How's the mead? The mead is great. This one is, like I said, I previously opened it, so it was better 2 nights ago. It is like, it reminds me of a nice whiskey. Honestly, it's about a 13%, super oak heavy. The caramel notes you get from a bochet scream whiskey to me, so it's really got a whiskey vibe. But it is a little bit oxidized, which sucks. I'm working on a caramel apple bochet. That sounds fantastic. Candy corn hooch. Oh man, I've already done that. Mine, it was okay. I will say that the candy corn mead was a little bit odd. Oh. I've never made a lambic style mead. That's one thing I want to do. Basswood. I hear people talk about basswood all the time. I would love to try some basswood honey at some point, but I'll have to get some. What else we got? Pumpkin harvest. I'm running. Well, I got. Actually, I don't even know. I had to change my computer to where I can't see myself. So if something explodes or the TV explodes, then I guess we'll find out. But over here is I think it's, you say Mamane, Mamane, Blossom Honey. So I have 3 gallons of that going. I even got, this was it right here. It's from, you see this all over the, if you look on mead pages, there's the guy, I think Sean is his name. He sells this honey. So Waikili honey, super good stuff in Hawaii. I still have a little bit of this. I turned it upside down so I could get the last little bit of that. I still have 10 pounds of it I'm going to use. You could take the candy corn mead, add some peanut notes alongside chocolate, and call it a Butterfinger Mead. Oh, interesting. Yeah. I really want to do, I think I have more of it. Well, no, I'm sorry. I don't have more peanut butter and jelly mead. I have the, what is it called? Let me look at one thing. It's called, I don't know where. I have a malt extract that is like specifically promoting some peanut butter flavors, but I don't know where I put it. Well, crap. Okay. Well, anyways, I have it. Someone will probably tell me what it is. It is supposed to help kind of pronounce peanut butter flavor without having to use peanut butter. And I want to make a peanut butter and jelly mead again and do it right. Yeah. New to the show, Mesquite Traditional has been fermenting. Oh, I love Mesquite Blossom Honey. I think Mesquite Blossom Bochet, I'm a big whiskey guy. I love whiskey. So I think the Mesquite Blossom Honey made into a Bochet is fantastic. So what are some meads then? I know we're entering the Christmas, winter season where things are, obviously it gets colder, assuming you're in somewhere it gets colder. What are some meads that you're going to end up making for this kind of cold season of life? Beeswax. No, that's not what I'm thinking of. Boil roasted peanuts in water rather than using peanut butter. Larry, you were the one who sent the to the peanut butter jelly experimental to Mead Stampede, right? Because if I'm thinking back to that one that we tried, that was like the experimental. It was fantastic. I kind of want to try and make it. Peach mango melmel. Ooh, you guys are making some fantastic stuff. I'm gonna turn up my music a little bit. This is a little bit oxidized. It's a sad day. But when I had it 2 days ago and shared it with my brother and friends, it's really good. I am feeling... I've been really into these... Oh, Steve-O. That's what it was. Sorry, Larry. I've been really into the Sierra Nevada little hazy little IPA. I am a big fan of this. Want to try? You should definitely make the candy cane mead. I will gladly promote that to everyone because that thing. I mean, actually have some. Hold on. This is a fun thing. So I forgot. I forgot one important detail about candy canes. When you buy them. There's something special about this color this time. This is some of another version I'm making. Can you tell what color that is? I've absolutely tried the candy cane mead. I have a video on it. This is another candy cane peppermint mead. Can you tell what color it is? It's been sitting for a while. I had to use up the candy canes that I had. Just sitting around. I'm about to have more beer on tap at my house, which is going to be real dangerous. Because I love, especially if I could recreate something like this, that would be amazing. This is I haven't done much with it. It's the same process that I previously made the other one, but it is green. It's turning into well, I used candy canes that had the green stripe in them, and I forgot that turned it to a green. Green candy canes, yes. And so, I mean, it tastes... So, if you ever make that candy cane mead, what you'll notice is the beginning, it's a little weird. This is like, I've made that thing a lot of times. It's got this, I don't know. Before it ages, it has a really, really bright peppermint taste that needs to be tempered down some. Joseph, you should be able to find it pretty easy. I don't know of many other people that have created a candy cane mead. At least seriously created one. I could be wrong. But this thing, I think I can probably have it ready by Christmas time. And then I need to make another one because, actually, no, this won't be ready by Christmas. It needs probably 2 or 3 months of age. I probably just need to start another one for next year and just make a ton. This looks golden. I think the camera might be funky. Let me look. Oh, that like, yeah, sorry. My camera's been off. This is not golden. Ew. There's some weird, like, compression on my video. I don't know why. Oh, it's icy. Hold on. Hold on, sorry. There we go. I had to turn off. I had a green screen element that I normally use on there. Back to performance mode. Have you ever had got to get up to get down coffee stout beer? I can't say I have, but I do enjoy stouts. I'm a big stout person. They're kind of hard. Honestly, I've made a couple of them at home, and I just need to work on my beer making. I mean, that's part of my problem is I don't make enough beer. At this point, I make so much mead. In fact, I logged 200, really mead number 200, yesterday, 2 days ago when I started this one over here. And, I just realized I haven't made a lot of beer previously. Cody says, hey, Man-Made Me, just wanted to say thanks. Started checking out your channel recently and got me back into homebrewing after a 7-year hiatus. Dude, welcome back. Super glad you're back in the community. Yeah, definitely start. The Peppermint one needs time. That's part of it. I know a good year on it would be fantastic. Favorite Bochet? Huh. You can get some really, really nice flavors out of like orange blossom, avocado blossom, Bochet. Blueberry Bochet honey would be really interesting as well. Of course, then you can start mixing in flavors and getting, things. But I like a good classic, just regular old Bochet. Have you thought about making stout braggots, like an oatmeal stout braggot? I've thought about it. I haven't actually done it. Like I said, I need to do a little more experimenting when it comes to the beer making process, so I can get comfortable. 200. Yeah, I've made a lot of stuff. Like, holy cow, so much stuff. Put it towards your Basswood adventure. Thank you, Fresh Isn't So Salty 717. I appreciate that. I will absolutely. I can look up. Where can you get Basswood honey? It's really funny. So, some people who watch the stream will remember a long time ago, probably 6-8 months ago. You guys were super kind to me and helped me. I mentioned wanting to make a piment. And I said, well, the wine kits can be like annoyingly expensive. And then you guys were super kind. And all of a sudden, next thing I know, you guys had given me like $60 to be able to go buy a wine kit. And so I went and bought a wine kit. It sat around for a couple months. And then I started that video. I finished that video today. So thanks to you guys, you helped me make a piment, a true piment. I've made one previously that was kind of fake. But now my next goal is Basswood, which I don't even know where you get Basswood honey. Oh, I can't even spell. Basswood honey. Comes from the green and white blossoms of the basswood tree. Ah. Anyone have any good place to find basswood? Ames Farm. This doesn't look like they have a lot, though. $20 for 18 ounces. That's a weird number. So that's expensive. I will definitely be doing this. Absolutely. I will find some basswood honey and get it. So now getting ready to start number 95. Nice. I love that. Okay, so one of my things, I made the Keezer. I took my New Air New Air deep freezer, converted it to a Keezer, and I think I put it on my Instagram and showed you guys. It has 4 taps. I have 4 kegs now. I've got 3 5-gallon kegs, and I've got a 3-gallon keg. And I have been, I don't know a better term for it, a literal sparkling water psychopath. Because I fill up the keg, the 5-gallon keg, and then I will go and get like a mason jar like this, fill it up. I throw like just a tiny amount of some juice of some sort. So this is like cran apple or something. I just threw a little bit of juice in, and it is fantastic. I would probably go through like 5 of these a day. So I've been burning through a 5-gallon keg, in a week or so. And I actually had to refill the keg up and put more water in and get it going toward carbonate. So I am loving having sparkling water on tap. It's also, I'm sure I could do the exact same thing with a beer or a mead that I have on tap, but I try to be a little responsible and go sparkling water. Draper's Super Bee, someone says. I'm guessing this is for Basswood. I'm going to look it up. Draper's Super Bee. Hopefully they ship. Ooh, buckwheat honey. I still have so much buckwheat honey. So we were talking about what brews you are intending to make for Christmas time, for this cold season. Does anyone have anything that is on the docket to make? I really want to make part of my thing is when I do things I want to make a video out of it most of the time. So I want to make the video entertaining. I plan on making a s'mores mead of sorts, and so I think it'd be really interesting to take and bochet some meadow foam blossom honey, and then to get the roastiness of like a marshmallow, theoretically, roast some cacao nibs and then ferment that, then put some graham crackers into that to add that graham crackers spice / taste. See if I can make a s'mores brew. But we will see if I get to that. Looking at this, looking for the Basswood. You can get, interesting. Hey, they have some pretty good prices. Ooh, alfalfa blossom honey is also good. Sorry, I will put that down. I'm getting very distracted. Someone said cactus fruit mead for Christmas. I have never had that, so that sounds interesting. Trying to slow down and give stuff out at the moment. Me too. I normally have a box of to give away stuff, and I need to refill that box and just take it to friends because I'm getting a little full. And literally just started fermentation on my mead. Starting gravity 1.130. That's perfect, especially if you have it something that's like your yeast is let's say your yeast is 14%, and it actually stops at 14, which doesn't always happen. Then you're left with residual sweetness if that is what you want. I have candy canes and eucalyptus honey. Ooh, did a s'mores mead with amaretti flavoring and smoked honey. Ooh, Morgan, which flavor did you use? Because the one I'm thinking of, I've got. Hold on. This is my container, which I need to give a shout out to Amaretti. They sent me more stuff to try. I really should probably finish a video for them. I feel bad. They've given me a couple things. I've got marshmallow flavoring here from them. So I thought about using that. They also gave me some other marshmallow flavoring. Well, I thought I had some. Did I lose it? Sorry, Amaretti. I don't know where I put that. But they gave me some actual, like, marshmallow flavoring that it looks white. It looks really interesting. I don't know where it went. There's some marshmallow flavoring, though. We've been experimenting off a s'mores over the Doing the Most Discord. Go check out the Doing the Most Discord. That's a very great place to be part of another community. You can also check out the Man-Made Mead Discord. The link is below, and I think maybe someone would be a kind soul and copy and paste that link for me. That would be super nice of you. Because every time I try to do something live on stream, everything explodes. I just bottled the Cactus Honey Trad. Ooh. I managed to take D47 up to 17%. Wow. Okay. That is going to be that's a hot mead. Ooh. Arctic asks, has anybody ever used Mike's Hot Honey? I've used it, actually. I used it for a brew, and it worked well. I mean, it retained a lot of the heat from the hot honey, which I thought was interesting. Chestnut honey. There's so many different varietals of honey that, like, I feel like I've tried a ton of them, and there are still tons of them. I'm like, I've never actually tried those things. Like, I've never tried chestnut honey. Sounds interesting, though. The one I used was just called s'mores. Huh. I want to do it two ways. I want to do what Morgan did, essentially using that amaretti flavor. And then I also want to try and get more of I'm going to say, quote, real flavor. Even though amaretti's pretty much trying to emulate exactly real flavors. I want to use like meadow foam to try and get marshmallow flavoring, cacao nibs for chocolate, actual graham crackers for graham cracker stuff. So yeah. Speaking of which, how long do I have for that mead to mellow out before we have to send it in? I would love to finish that video by the end of February. So shipping basically the first or second week of February would be awesome so I can finish it up. Is it me or honey prices getting a bit insane? Are they? I feel like I haven't noticed a giant explosion of them, but I also haven't been buying as much honey, although I just did buy some the other day. I bought some from Crystal's Honey. I bought a big container of orange blossoms, so because I'm running out of honey. Chestnut should have a cereal malty note. That sounds like it'd be fun to play with, though. Palmetto honey? Golly. Hickory syrup? What the heck? There's so many cool varietals. Man. I haven't bought enough honey to know. How bad have they been going up, though? Has anybody noticed? Is it like drastic? Has it been up like a 20%, or are we like, is it just slowly increasing? Locally here, wants 75 for 12 pounds. This is very bad of me, but I don't normally buy local honey only because they want so much for it. I mean, I guess that sounds about right. $75 for 12 pounds. The guy I talked to wanted $350 for 60 pounds of honey. And I was like, I can't do that. Not when I can get online and get it for $250. And that's with shipping. I'd like to make a mango capsicum mead. Can I just use mango juice? What kind of pepper would you recommend? I'd recommend a habanero, the dried habanero. Specifically dried because you'll get more pepper flavor out. Sometimes you can get vegetable-y some flavors with a not dried pepper. And then mango juice would work well as long as it doesn't have sorbate or something like that. Spun honey. I've never used spun honey before. 90 for 1 pound. Are they selling the Manuka honey or whatever? Oh, geez, that's psycho. That's not. There's no way. That dude must think they got some like insane varietal. Paid $180 for 30 pounds of alfalfa. Man. Where can I buy your book? I don't have a book, unfortunately. I do plan on doing something in the future, but here's the thing. Literally everybody and their dog has a book out. And if I make a book, I want it to be a little different, which I don't know how you make it so different, but I don't know. Where can I buy your book? Maybe one day. Varietals are increasing in number. Beekeepers are getting wild with monoflorals. This is definitely true. Wait, hold on. So, the barrel-aged honey. Wait, that's still crazy, though. $90 for 1 pound. Even if you're making a beer, think about how much 1 pound of honey does for let's say a regular 5-gallon size of beer. That's not going to do much. That's going to be it's going to barely impart flavor. So that is absolutely wild to me. Hello, Ronnie. I made a mint tea wine that was extremely good and simple, dry but tasted sweet. I'm going to try it with honey instead of sugar to see how it goes. Interesting. Yeah. I think a lot of people have asked me what, with the peppermint recipe, have asked, what if you substituted out for peppermint extract and used essentially sugar, a combination of sugar and honey to get the sweetness? And I honestly don't know. I think you could absolutely buy peppermint extract and get that flavor. I'd be interested to try it, but I find that there's something kind of fun about making that mead with so many candy canes, because it not only tastes really good, but you have such a good story when it comes to that mead. Whenever you give it to people, you can talk about how many candy canes and stuff, and I feel like it brings more cool factor to mead making. Now, it's not necessarily the cheapest thing in the world, but I don't know. Tobacco flavored mead. Speaking of which, Doing the Most has called it the black mead, something. Anyways, it's got tobacco in it. That's crazy. We never tasted it, so I wish I'd tried it. How long do you age mead with an airlock? I leave the airlock on until I bottle. Now, I've been conveniently switching to these. If I could get this company to supply me with these all day. This is a silicone airlock that is breathable, and essentially you put it on. It looks just like a bung, and you put it on there, and as the CO2 comes out, this lifts up just enough to let it out, and then goes back down. Doesn't let anything in. Super nice. I mean, they're super, super, super great. I'm a big fan of these. They're a bit expensive, but you don't worry about water, which, if you're like me and you put things away and then forget about them, forgetting about water can be nice. It's the metal mead. Yeah, thank you, Larry. I forgot. Black mead is the one. I have one that's like Jon Snow's black mead, and it's a 3-hour bochet. That's interesting. I will highly, highly recommend everybody check this out. I have a couple, here's a question for you guys. Those who use, quote, real airlocks, do you prefer a 3-piece or a S airlock? And why? There's a little debate for us. I have my reasons to use both of them. So I really like the 3-piece because you can clean them out really easily. I mean, it comes apart completely. So essentially you could, if for some reason there is crap in here, you could clean it out and then dry it super easily. Whereas the S airlock is super hard to clean. You can't really get water out of here. I haven't found a convenient way to dry these things. So unless you are leaving vodka or something that won't, possibly mold, then I don't prefer these. But they are good, I should say, for long-term aging. If you're going to long-term age, these will evaporate less quickly than this. This will evaporate liquid very quick. How long do you age before bottling? Depends on the brew. Some brews only need a month or two. Sometimes you need to wait 6 to 8 months. So it really depends on that. Here's someone on TikTok making a black mead using squid ink. Wasn't me, that's for sure. I do, however, at times off a few drops of something. Oh yeah, you definitely always... Oh, you're talking about concentrates. I see. S-Lock all the way. I need more silicone ones. I like S-Locks. They're just hard to clean. They're really hard to clean. Yeah. I see a lot of people saying, ooh, we're going back and forth. S is disposable. I mean, they're all disposable theoretically, but you should be able to get a ton of uses out of this. You shouldn't be getting 2 uses out of it. I have so many airlocks at this point. But it's okay. Bacon or pork mead. When it comes to things that are so heavy in fat like that, I'm out. I'm not going to start doing that. I'm actually taking a step back, and I mean, I have a lot of videos lined up with crazy meads, but I'm not starting as many crazy meads because I want to make some stuff that is going to take me to competitions. My next little goal is to go to competition, take mead to competition, and see how I do. See if I can do well at all. Most people are saying 3-piece, it sounds like, for the airlock choice. The barrel airlock. Drop them in some PBW, vodka, rinse, and air dry. The problem is the air dry there. Because you like getting air through here. I mean, I guess theoretically if you like put your what do you call it? Stove oven on like a low temp, as low as it can go, and put them in, maybe evaporate out, but that's just such a pain. Ooh, to strain the fat off my... I've had one instance where I've had a little bit of fat with things, and it was kind of weird. Pipe cleaners help, but still a pain. Yeah, the 3-piece are just nice. These are good for long term. But again, if you're using vodka or a spirit, you don't really have to worry so much about the molding or anything like that. Hair dryer on cool setting. See, I just don't want to put that much effort into drying an airlock. Are you buzzed? I am not buzzed. Nope. Nope, I am not. I do have to look at... So my wife is a giant fan. I don't really care about sports, but my wife is a giant fan of Oklahoma State football, and they're currently playing Texas Tech, which I think they're going to win, but it is always good for me to double check how they're doing to see if she's going to be aggravated or not. I knew the fat was coming through, so I got it out for it. Oh, okay. 1 gallon of Apricot Mead. I use 2-piece because I have a hose in the kitchen that can run high pressure through. Oh, it works. If you have an alternative, I mean, I'm all for it. I still will use these. Anytime I can ferment in a carboy, I'm absolutely using these because they're easy to clean. They require no water. They're just expensive. They run probably $4 or $5 per silicone airlock. So it's not a cheap venture. Three-piece user. Would it be an issue to long-term store brews without potassium sorbate or other preservatives at 28°C? How long do you think it'd be suitable? What is 28°C to Fahrenheit? I'm not that smart. Let's see. That is 82 degrees. Oh, that's a little hot for storing. I would say. The potassium sorbate and preservatives don't really matter as much when it comes to aging in that regard. It's more the heat that I would be concerned with. You want to age your stuff between 55 and probably 70 Fahrenheit, or whatever that converts to for Celsius. So I would be worried more about heat. Preservatives don't really matter in that case. But that's a great question. I mean, a lot of people, I'm sure some people can attest to, you know, or heat or not, whatever, aging in heat and it'd be fine. Looks for me. Look, they're a lot better in 5-gallon fermenters. They look weird in 1 gallon. Yeah. Speaking of silicone airlocks, I came across one for mason jars, and I was wondering if anyone had tried it. I have definitely not. Freedom units. Potassium sorbet. You should get merch. Definitely a fan. I have merch. You can find... Do I dare open up another tab on my computer? I don't know if I do that. Let me see if I can... I have merch, actually. It's on my website. Yeah, it is on my website. It's also on my YouTube page. You can find merch. Check out manmademead.com to purchase some. How is it possible that the first fermentation takes 2+ months? Yes, if your yeast are slowly chewing through things, it's very possible. But if you should take a gravity reading to see where you're at. If you haven't done a gravity reading for your previous one, then you might not know. But 2 months is a long time. Planning on doing a lime and peppercorn mead, copying a recipe from Canada mead. Is there anything you would do differently? I would do pretty much the exact same things. I thought it turned out great. Other than I wish I'd back sweetened a little bit more. I think that would, or back sweetened in general, I think that would have helped bring out the lime. The peppercorn was a really nice touch, actually. Can't keep storing more and more. Well, you might just like get a fan or do something to try and keep that room a little more cool. Very nice. Sorry, I'm reading. Bochet took forever. Yeah, Bochets take a long time. The Peppermint Mead, I don't know if anybody's made it, but that one takes a while too. It kind of, I don't know what it is, but it does take a little bit of time. Shirts are great quality. Thank you, Kevin. You can thank whatever company I use. I don't remember what they are now. Oh, bonfire.com. That's what I use. And I've got a couple ones that are fun. Do you travel for meads or meaderies? I have not yet. I've traveled one time, and that was to go to the Iron Bee 2.5 years ago, 3 years ago now. And that's the last time I traveled for a mead-related thing. Now, when I go travel places, normally I will stop at whatever meaderies I can hit and that stuff, but I have not had a purposeful traveling thing. Argentina. Ooh. Well, hello, Argentina. Hello, everybody. By the way, I see we have about 35 viewers in right now. This is the first time for me to stream in quite some time, and I'd like to make it more of a habit if I can. I don't always have the availability to do so, but I enjoy getting to do this because chatting with you guys about what you're doing in your world is always a lot of fun. It is very cool to see how we got people all around the world right now. Is YouTube your full-time gig? If not, what do you do for work? It is not my full-time gig. It is a side hobby. I am a teacher. So I'm actually now, this is my time to get all my videos and stuff done because I'm on Thanksgiving break. So I get to spend all my time entertaining my hobbies and then go back when school starts up again. Has anyone found the actual alcohol tolerance for Red Star Premier Classic? So Renea, your yeast, they have a general alcohol tolerance, but that is more of it's not like a set in stone. More than likely when you brew something, you're probably going to have a yeast that either underperforms or overperforms. So they will overperform if you're doing the right things and feeding your yeast well, then your mead will more than likely surpass its alcohol tolerance. So that's very normal. What's your favorite kind of mead to make versus your favorite to drink? I mean, I really enjoy. Probably, I mean, I say it a lot, but my apple cinnamon one is probably my favorite, and I just started a new version where I've actually kegged it, and it's going to be sparkling now, and I'm very excited for that. So I think making and drinking that one. Jordan says, I'm a teacher too. Thanks for fighting the good fight. Shout out to you, Jordan. You are also fighting the good fight. Whew. I love joining YouTube streams related to my hobbies, especially when it's doing something and interacting with the audience. So I hope it'll be something to get back into on more or less of a regular basis. I'd love to, honestly. It just gets to be kind of tough too. Superstition Meadery has a restaurant in downtown Phoenix now. I've chatted with their owner, co-owner, and I would love to visit them at some point. Add more, I need to say. Yeah, you're going to push that thing further, Renee. That's for sure. You know, one of my things, I want to do more competitions. And I have a whole box of meads that I think are competition worthy. I was going to enter, well, I had this all of a sudden desire to do this, and then the Mazer Cup had just closed its doors for meads, and so I didn't get to send something in. I was a little bummed about that. There's one called the Foam Cup, which is like an Oklahoma competition, and I signed up for it, and then I got real busy, and I missed the cutoff to send my meads in. So one of my goals is to try and get into that world. I have meads just sitting, waiting to be sent off to competition, and I also think in the future I might be trying to get BJCP certified. I think that is something I could do pretty easily with all my experience at this point. Having made so many meads and varietals, I think the test wouldn't be that hard. There's a written test that you take that it's like 200 questions or something, and then there's a in-person tasting test essentially. They give you, I think, 3 to 6 meads, and you have to identify them to the best of your ability, and there are judges who are also doing it, and essentially they look at the notes at the end and they kind of go, well, this is what the judges said, this is what you said, do you know what you're talking about? So that would be a little bit more tough. Yeah, go check out the Brew Tank. He is he has his own YouTube channel. It's called The Brew Tank, and he makes mead videos as well. And he does them in kind of a, excuse me, I'm getting choked up. He does them in a more short form way, and they're always, I mean, great production and things. So go check him out. I would highly recommend that. Cinnamon/spice meads are great for the holidays. Absolutely, I love it. I have 5 gallons of apple cinnamon waiting. I've got bottles of peppermint mead. I'm gonna start trying to experiment more with cacao nibs to get some chocolatey things going. Autumn Freeman asks, how long have you been making mead? This is now 4.5 years of doing YouTube and making mead. So I've been in this game for quite some time. I'm now at 200 mead recipes I've created. Some of them have been repeats. 200 meads, I should say. How long have you been making mead? That's a long time. That's really flown by. You know, I made a video the other day because I was at the 199 meads mark, which is really exciting, by the way. And I don't want to complain and say anything, but I kind of had some realizations about all my time and effort put into YouTube, and some of the same things I've told you guys tonight, and that I want to focus on doing competitions and things, means that the YouTube channel will probably change a little bit in the coming months to year. YouTube is a full-time gig in its own right if you do it right. You know, you can kind of, at least the way I do it, with 2 videos a week. I'm not putting out multi-part, part 1, part 2, part 3 videos, and that's fine for those people who do that. But I don't like that for myself. So I'm choosing to put out complete beginning to end videos. So I do 2 of those a week, which means that I have to have a lot of stuff going. So there might be a change in the YouTube video world for me. We'll see. Thank you, Brew Tank. You're a super nice guy. Malcolm X Mead with a pound of nutmeg. Oof, nutmeg that's up there. Nutmeg and clove are the two dangerous things for spices, at least. So I'm going to be on here for about 10 more minutes, and then I'm going to hop off, and still got some more video stuff I need to finish tonight and work on some things. But I would love to answer any more questions you have, chat with you all about everything. What's your opinion on US 05 yeast? I think it's fantastic. It is a great ale yeast, and I've used it for many things that have all turned out great. I've never used it and been like, oh man, that sucked. I think it's good. You should put that candy cane. I definitely need to. Here's the problem. I didn't keep enough small bottles of it. And even, I guess I could probably, if a competition will let me do it, I could send in a 750. Maybe. I might try and do that actually. Considering making a mushroom mead, trying to decide if I should keep them fresh or dry them out. I have no experience with mushrooms with mead, so if anyone has any insight into that, please enlighten us, because I would love some help with that. I have no idea. That would be a first for me. Anyone ever tried using the blueberry concentrate from IKEA? I don't have an IKEA around me, so I can't say I have. But it sounds interesting. I do, if anyone has any insight into mushroom meads, I'd be curious, because I actually have a desire to make one myself. So there's whenever I first started playing video games, the game that I played, I got addicted to as a kid, was RuneScape. And so it's not really a mead in RuneScape. It's called the Moonlight Mead, and it doesn't have honey in it, so if I were to make that recipe from the game, I'd have to kind of alter it, but it uses mushrooms, so I would love to know how to do it. Have you ever tried to make a dandelion or honeysuckle mead? I actually have, from when the dandelions sprung here. I froze a bunch of them, so I need to attempt to make that. I've never made one. Made one with blueberry and one with lingonberry. I think lingonberry is that thing I need. Can It Be a Mead episode 11 is something I started. I need to start. I think I actually need lingonberry for it. It's a weird combination. I'm working on it. I don't know how to use mushrooms. So that's my only holdup, is how do you use mushrooms in a brew? So, if anyone has insight, please let me know. But that game, holy crap. If I had an extra hour in my day, I still love that game. I would play that game. I literally cannot let myself play it, because I will get addicted to it, and then that could be the end of the channel, because I could easily just go falling down into that game again. It's so fun. Chrysanthemum aging. Ooh. I've been aging 5 gallons of dry traditional in a bourbon barrel. Ooh, it tastes like a watered down whiskey now. Well, my idea would be to, theoretically, if you have it aging in a bourbon barrel, you'll get more tannic value. So I don't know. I was thinking more tannin, maybe some more honey. I know that takes it from being dry though, so I don't know. What about an eggnog mead? I think BC did something. No, did he do an eggnog mead? He did eggnog. That sounds interesting though. Have you ever mixed brandy with mead? I can't say I have. I've never fortified a mead. So in my 200 meads I've made now, I've never made an Acer Glen. I've never fortified a mead. I mean, those are two big things that I think I need to probably do at some point. Have you made an elderberry mead? Yes, I have, but not quite to the capacity that I want to. I used the amaretti flavoring, which is fine, but I'd like to use real elderberries if I can. It's like lingonberry. I'd love to try that at some point. If you're using dried mushrooms, place them in a cheesecloth. Otherwise, you'll have to strain the mead. Did you try adding more honey? Yo-Yo Gaming TV? Because that, I don't really know. That seems like it might bring out more of the mead character. But that's weird that it is so watered down tasting. That's funky. Especially because barrel aging adds tannic value. It's confusing to me. Alright, just a few more minutes left. And then I need to go take care of a few more things. I plan to try to make my first obscure mead in January, which will be a Tom Yum mead. I should start planning. I don't even know what that is. That is very obscure to me. That is beyond my comprehension. This beer over here, this Belgian triple, I finished it. I pitched the yeast 4 hours ago maybe, and it is cranking. So it's crazy. Acid balance can help too. That's true. Well, it's only been a month. Yeah, give it time. Give it time. Juniper Berry Mead, did not like it. Yeah, Juniper is hard. You have to really... It's kind of got the evergreeny kind of type if you don't like that. Tom Yum is Thai soup. Let me know how that turns out. I'm very curious. Josh says, just want to say, I love the channel. After binge watching it for a few weeks at work, I decided to make my first mead made a 4-gallon traditional, which I think turned out not half bad. Love that, Josh, dude. Thank you for watching, and I mean, congrats. First mead under your belt. You are now falling into the addicted category, so have fun. Dive deep. Beer plus mead is a braggot. Yes. Yes, it is. Got a jet pouring hot wax for candles. That's exciting. Thanks for stopping by, David. All right, so I want to... Let's see if this messes everything up. Well... Actually... I want to give a shout out to all my people, my patrons, and my YouTube members. I don't have an updated list, so I apologize to those people. But thank you to everyone who supports the channel. You have no idea how helpful it is for you to support the channel financially. I am able to continue to make videos because of you guys. If you would like to support the channel in a greater way other than liking and subscribing, which also matters, so thank you. Check out the Patreon, patreon.com/manmademead. You can also check out there's a button below that's join the channel. Everyone who supports me sees my videos a week early. So everyone who is a patron or a YouTube member has already seen this coming week's videos. So please feel free to support the channel. If you'd like $2 a month, you can go up and pay and do more for higher tiers, but all of that goes to support the channel. So thank you guys for that. I appreciate you guys. I mean, I appreciate everybody watching. I'm so thankful to be in this position. 30, almost 1,000 subscribers now. Unbelievable. I think back to the days when I had 100 subscribers, and I remember hitting 100 subscribers and thinking, this is it. I will never surpass this. And here we are now. Unbelievable. I still love doing this, and it's because of you guys. So, thank you for your time. Thank you for hopping in to this stream. I will catch you all in the future for a new video. Videos out next week, and the following week, and the week after, and for eternity, essentially. So, see you guys next time. Cheers.